You ready for the 7th one? So, order a Dairy Queen feast and we'll guess your favorite season. No problem. Pumpkin Pie Blizzard? Fall fan. So anyways, let's get started. Pick a blizzard. I think there might be a snickerdoodle cookie dough. Pick another one. How about the chocolate chip cookie dough? Pick another blizzard. Oreo cookie. Pick one more. M&M's. Alright, pick a cone. Vanilla. Pick a sundae. Hot fudge. A royal treat. I think it's brownie and Oreo confection. Pick a burger. Cheese deluxe. Pick a side. I'll go with the fries. Pick a shake. Let's choose chocolate. Finally, pick an orange Julia smoothie. Mango pineapple. Well, it's summer. Based on your Dairy Queen choices, I'm thinking summer is her favorite season. Is that correct? Well, let's give it a hand.
Here comes a new challenger!
Look how doobity-doo! It's Renée from Disney's Kiff and Ellie from Scout and Friends. So which means I'll add 2 new characters for the new challenger counter.
Cartoons.
Welcome to 30 Weeks for 30 Years, everyone.
And more, fit and more.
You're watching Established Chernobyl.
That answers your question.
Hello, I'm Emily Elizabeth. Today, we're going to take a look at the PlayStation 2 versus Gamecube versus Xbox. Meow, which means I am.
Me too. We're gonna make out of my chance, my boy.
Of course you am, Renée.
So, let's get started by a 2000 week. So, let's get started.
Ooh, cool
The first
stuff.
half of the 2000s were when video games truly started to evolve.
Ooh,
And we have
you mean
these
like
systems to
pigtails?
thank for that.
Of course, you're not doing a ponytail anymore.
It's quickly disappearing from stores in its first day on sale nationwide.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and in this installment of Versus, we're pitting against each other the 3
Ooh.
main gaming systems of the 6th generation of gaming.
Ooh, a
the
6th
PlayStation 2,
generation
the GameCube,
coming
and
up.
the Xbox to see which console reigns supreme.
Still playing
My
on
name
that
is Chuck.
game, huh?
Cool, dumb master.
Here's how the 3-way face-off's gonna work. The winner of each
Am
topic
I
will earn
gonna
2
be the
points, and
winner
second
for the
place gets 1 point
PlayStation
in a
2
best
to
out of
the
5
other
round setup.
Xbox
Before we
and
get started, though, let's
GameCube?
have a moment of
Still
silence for
really
the other
play
console
this
that
game.
couldn't quite go the distance.
Now
Round 1,
that's a good
exclusive
idea.
titles.
You, who are you really? Come on and tell us.
Ooh, the
PlayStation
PlayStation 2 is going to be a
successes
lot
in
of
gaming
games
history,
coming
and
by.
PlayStation 2 upped the ante in almost every way. The PS2 gave us so many legendary games that it'd almost be easier to list the ones that aren't iconic.
I need no protection.
It was the original home of the Grand Theft Auto trilogy, which revolutionized the industry with
Ooh,
its
that's a
sandbox
good
gameplay. It
trilogy
also
in
gave us the
here.
double whammy of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, two
Still's a little
emotionally
bit
driven
playing on
games at
that
a time when
game.
concepts like that were almost unheard of. Fans of stealth got Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, racing enthusiasts got Gran Turismo 3 and 4, hack and slash nuts got the first two God of War games and the
Ooh,
Devil May Cry trilogy,
that
and
stills
Guitar
a lot
Hero
to play
kickstarted the
games
music game
too.
phenomenon.
That's just...
Industry legend Nintendo continued their beloved franchises in a unique
That
way on the
still's a
GameCube,
little bit
while introducing a
continuous.
few new heavy hitters. The big end gave us Super Smash Bros. Melee, a tournament fighter that is still being played competitively today, as well as an update to their premier racing game with Mario Kart Double Dash. The two biggest series went in new directions in Super Mario
Ooh, I
Sunshine
can't
and
play
Zelda
this.
Wind Waker. And
That's
of course,
still
Samus
going
quickly
on
jumped to
in
the third
Nintendo
dimension
for
with the amazing
fun.
Metroid Prime 1 and 2. Not to mention, we also got count them, 4 Mario parties. Third parties also helped out, though not to the extent of the PS2, with standouts like Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2, Super Monkey Ball, Eternal Darkness, and a little game changer called Resident Evil 4.
Still pretty love the game, so bye. I can try this on everything.
Finally, there was a new kid on the block known as the Xbox. Though people were skeptical that Microsoft would be able to prove itself right out of the gate with their first console.
Whoa, that's just a little bit big ideas.
The Xbox also had unique gems like Dead or Alive 3, Forza Motorsport, Project Gotham Racing, and Ninja Gaiden. But despite all of these classics, it was a popular consensus that the
Three
Xbox's
of
software
these video
library
game
wasn't at the level of the
consoles.
PS2 or the Cube, mostly because of the struggles it faced gaining a foothold in Japan.
It makes sure it's gotta be
Despite the tough race,
54th
the
anniversary
vast
of
library
Sesame
of quality
Street
the
coming
PS2
by.
had wins this round, while the GameCube takes second place for the sheer amount of generation
Still got the
defining titles it
PlayStation
was
2
home
is
to.
gonna be it. Now that's a super goal.
Round 2, controllers.
And we had so many developers who were complaining about the controller, we actually put it in a spreadsheet. So we used Excel, which inside of Microsoft, now you're serious. This is gonna be a
Now
option.
that's what I
I'm gonna
call
give
it
you
a throwback
Excel.
one.
It's one step
Hey,
before PowerPoint.
I told you
Sony's
that.
mentality when designing the PS2 controller
Woo!
was apparently, hey,
Take
they
that,
broke,
my
don't fix
big
it.
old beautiful
So apart from
thing.
technical fix-ups, the DualShock 2 is identical to the DualShock 1, with its 2 large analog sticks, iconic face buttons, and shoulder buttons. But since it was one of the most beloved controllers of all time, we can understand their reasoning for doing that.
One nice thing is that these markings will never wear off.
The
Hey!
controller did also have pressure-sensitive face buttons,
Aren't you sweet,
though a few
my
games
sweet?
utilized this feature, and furthermore,
Yes,
most gamers didn't
Sally.
even know or care about it.
It's all very well designed, and as many of us know, it's easy to play for hours and hours on end.
After
Yeah.
pioneering the analog stick with the N64 controller, Nintendo
know
took a
when you eat, and I
different
got
turn with the
full, and I
GameCube,
got
crafting
really-
an oddly shaped but extremely comfortable controller with 2
God
analog sticks,
bless
4
you.
face buttons, a D-pad, and analog shoulder buttons, as well as adding rumble into its design rather than through an add-on.
You don't
Pretty
really care
tough
one way or the other,
games,
do you?
huh?
They also perfected wireless controllers with the introduction of the Wavebird in 2002, which used radio frequency receivers instead of infrared, like past wireless attempts. The
That's
Cube's controller was so
quality
loved that you
Xbox.
can still use it in some Nintendo games
And
today through the
GameCube
use of a
and
USB adapter.
I'm
PlayStation
very pleased to
2.
see Nintendo went backwards compatible with
X,
the Wii. I think that's an
circle,
excellent decision.
triangle, and
Then there's the
square.
Xbox, whose original controller was so massive and unwieldy, it earned the nickname the
So
Duke, and was quickly
insensible.
replaced with a slimmer model called the Controller S.
Just in case you missed it, there's an Xbox logo on the front.
While the S received a warmer reception, it was still mostly considered to be an overly designed controller, with no less than 6 face buttons.
That's a
As
lot
you can
of
probably guess,
Xboxes.
rearranging the button placement
That's
didn't win
still
anybody
a
over
bit
either.
trouble
It also didn't
mistakable.
change the fact that the Duke continues to be one of the most ridiculed parts of the
Still
original
playing
Xbox.
the game.
Starting out at a software company, and deciding that you're going to ship a game console involves what might be referred to or termed a steep learning curve.
The Cube wins this round, with PS2 taking number 2.
With only one way to hold the controller, the control stick is always comfortable to use. and
Still
similar to
a
the
lot
face
of bit
buttons.
controller
A
than
simple
that.
thumb movement to the right leads you to the D-pad.
Round 3, tech specs. despite being the most popular console of the three, the PS2 was ironically the least powerful
That's
system of its
ironic,
generation.
huh?
Its biggest innovation was
The
the fact that it was the first console to
PS2
run
looks
DVDs,
exactly
which
the
held more data than CDs.
same.
At a time when the format, which was co-developed by Sony, was just becoming popular.
The PS2 was powered by the Emotion Engine, which ran at 299 MHz and was able of a display of 480i and 480p. It was a step up from the PS1 in terms of 3D graphics capabilities, but suffered in comparison to its competition that both had extra time to work on their processing power, resulting in a lot of multi-platform games on the PS2 with short draw distance or frame rate problems.
They never give up.
The GameCube was powered by IBM's Gecko chips, which ran at 485 MHz, and it was also able to display 480i and 480p. Unlike its competitors, which held games on DVDs, Nintendo decided to use a proprietary format for their games with the GameCube optical disc, about half the size of a normal DVD. And as a result, the games often held a lot less data than on other consoles.
Boy, nobody played games before.
Still, the extra processing power gave it an advantage over the PS2, which is especially noticeable if you compare multi-platform games like Beautiful Joe or Resident Evil 4 side by side.
I know it's a really secret. Gotta still playing the game.
But the computer wizards at
I
Microsoft
know
made
when
sure
you
that the
play this
Xbox
game
outshone its
before
competitors.
that.
Like the PS2, the Xbox ran DVDs, but was powered by an Intel CPU, which ran at a whopping 743 MHz, and was even able to display up to 1080i, which gave it the best graphical power and display quality of all three.
Powerful, generating cutting-edge
so.
that the Xbox is.
Additionally, the Xbox was the only console of the generation to boast a hard disk drive, used for game saving and storing downloadable content from the internet, a feature which would become standard on future gaming consoles.
Ooh,
ultimately, we're going with the Xbox in this battle, with the Cube in second.
Now that's a stylish.
What the Rock would be like if you were only running on 1/5 of his power? Well, I would think that... It doesn't matter what you think, Bill.
Round 4, online support.
No, my gamer tag, my online ID is
Dark Master.
We're just gonna get this out of the way. The GameCube isn't really a contender in this round. Despite having Phantasy Star Online, the Cube offered no online support or functionalities for any other titles besides Sega's RPG, despite the availability of its external broadband adapter. The PS2 was the first to launch its online service in 2002, allowing online play of enabled games with a broadband internet connection and an adapter, which was later built into the sub model.
When installation is complete,
That's really
you may turn
connected
on
on
the
that.
PlayStation 2 system and insert the
Still
network
a little bit
adapter's startup
disconnecting than
disc.
this.
The games you could do this with included SOCOM, one of the first games to offer voice chat on a console, and the MMO Final Fantasy XI. Despite being the first with online features, the PS2 lacked a unified online network, and as such, online features were only included at the discretion of the publisher. Microsoft, on the other hand, revolutionized online gaming with 2 words: Xbox Live. Or is that 3? Anyway, debuting in fall 2002,
Xbox Live
is a subscription-based service that
That's
offers
really
online gaming,
absurd,
downloadable
man.
content, and unified friends lists, something that no
Just
other
a little
console
bit
at the time could do.
nostalgic
So I
one.
decided it'd be fun to contact this guy and challenge him. All right, how about it?
That's
Crusher?
just a gotcha challenger.
Crusher. We'll see who gets crushed, Crusher.
Not to mention that it supported
Still
great
a lot
online
better
multiplayer
than
games,
this.
such as Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, and of course, Halo 2.
Time the leader.
Because of its innovations and its continued success, the clear winner here is Xbox. And I guess the PS2 takes second place by default.
We can hear you, fool.
Yeah, how about shutting up and starting the race?
All right, let's go.
Round 5, extra features.
Welcome to the third place.
Unfortunately, the GameCube secures an early loss in another
PlayStation
round
2
due to
is on
Nintendo's
now.
constant insistence that their consoles be game machines first and foremost. The extent of extra features for the GameCube were mostly through
Oh, a
accessories that were sold
PlayStation
separately.
2 and a PlayStation. Still really amazing.
The most notable of which being the Game Boy player, which allowed the system
Well,
to play
it's
GBA
still
games
playing
on
on
a
the
TV.
game.
But if you were
Like
looking for
never
features that came
seen
standard,
before.
you were kind of out of luck.
In fact, I think the Game Boy adapter is the best
I
reason
think
to buy a
crazy.
GameCube because it allows you to play so many awesome games on the big screen.
Pretty awesome.
Since the Xbox came with an
Very
internal 20
amazing.
gigabyte hard drive, it was able to store music on the system that could be used for custom soundtracks and select games. It also featured DVD playback, but for some reason, money, Microsoft opted to lock out this feature unless you bought a kit that included a remote and a receiver. Thanks, guys.
See more, hear more, feel more, play more. Xbox.
The PS2, on the other hand, was able to use its extra year of release to its advantage.
That's awesome,
Despite
huh?
an admittedly weak launch lineup,
That's
the system
really
was still a
weak
success
than
during its
ever,
first year of
guys.
release because it was the cheapest DVD player on
They're
the market
really
at the time.
amazing.
It could also play DVDs right out of the box, unlike the Xbox.
That's telling you a secret.
But its biggest advantage, backwards compatibility with almost every PS1 game, making sure anyone who upgraded to Sony's new system
That
was
still a
finding
little
their
bit
large PS1
online.
library
I
obsolete.
never remember this.
The PS2 wins this round for ensuring that even if you had no use for the games it had to offer, you could still get good use out of the console. Winner, PS2. Verdict. The PS2 emerges as the winner in this battle.
PS2 is
The
gonna
Xbox
winner.
in second and the Gamecube pulling up the rear.
Unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye on F-Zero TV.
Sony was capable of capturing lightning in a bottle, creating a strong, powerful
That's a
machine,
little bit
giving it enough extra
creativity
features
in
to
this.
justify the purchase,
So they're
and
the winner
securing
for
some of the greatest
PlayStation
games
2.
of all time.
Still
But you know with
playing.
me, you get a lot of bang for your buck. Come back, brother, when you have the money.
Do you agree with our decision? Be sure to debate in the comments and...
Well, I think that's it. So anyways, join us again next week with my dad and my mom. See you next time.
Oh, it's over. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Well, that's it, folks. Bye-bye.
Well, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.
Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Ahem.
Duncan, come on, please.
This song.
Yeah!